Okay, so let's just say I'm having a little bit of an anger problem today. Maybe it's just a bad day. I was on my Facebook today, and someone actually, I can read you the exact post if I can find it. Some idiot on Facebook today pretty much said, I don't know if I can find it. Pretty much said that he had a thing of coins or whatever, and he was gonna go to Coinstar, and he was there, and a homeless person asked him for some change, and he said that he said no and walked off like it was funny. And then, on Facebook, if you have one, you can, post your opinions on that posting or whatever. Well, the responses that were on there were just as bad as the post. People thought it was funny. They're like, "Oh my God, I do that all the time. I don't care about those people," and just blah 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 blah. And that really just pissed me off, for the fact that, these are the same people that'll go to the park and feed the damn ducks for free, or pick up a stray dog, or it's just so sad that the world has come to this, to where you can't even give a homeless person a quarter, or the 55 cents in your pocket that you're probably going to forget's there, and put it in the washer and dryer, and then find it a month later because it won't quit rattling the washer and dryer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it's just so sad. And I told him that, and I was like, what is wrong with you? 2/3 of the population of homeless people they have mental disorders, like medical disorders that need medication, supervision, does not allow them to work, and then on top of that, they can't get the benefits that they need, or the money that they need to fix this. And it's like, I have a friend who worked at a homeless shelter, and the stories that she brought back was just devastating, sad. One of these homeless men lost his whole family to a fire in another state, and he ended up here, just hitchhiking and walking. He said that he couldn't go back after everything, and so he just kept walking, and this is where he ended up at. And it's just, my friend said that he even had the pictures of his family. He had 3 little girls and a wife that he had been married to for, like, I don't know how many years, but it was just really sad. It's like, these are people too. They have stories. They have, lives, and it's just sad how people just walk by them. Oh, well, and one of the other comments that he actually made to me after calling me a clown is that, well, they need to get off their fat, lazy ass and do something. And it's like, some people can't work. Some people are missing arms and legs. Some people don't have legs, and they have mental disorders, and they can't think for themselves. And then on top of that, their family doesn't want them. They drop them off at hospitals. The hospitals can't take care of them like that, because government is not going to pay for all that. It can't pay for every homeless person that comes in, which is even worse. But, hospital kicks them out, so then they're stuck on the street. No one to take care of them. And most of the time, these are adults that this is being done to. And it's just sad how you can't give a homeless person some change. I have passed homeless people, I didn't have change. But, if I have some change, I don't care if it's 10 pennies. I still give it to them if I have it. I don't. And it's just so sad. I don't know. And nowadays, with the economy the way it is, for him to say that is like, get your fat, lazy ass up and work, then I work hard for my money. And I'm just like, exactly. You should show some compassion to people who don't have anything. Just like if it was someone in your family who needed a place to stay or didn't have food, I would hope that you would put forth the effort to help. And he's just like, well, and I was like, what's wrong with the world? And he's like, well, the world's just coming to an end. And I was like, well, I think you might want to start working up some bonus points, then, don't you think? If you're going to sit there and not, help people who are in need. Like, just because you might not have a lot, it's still good to give back. And then one girl who commented, she's like, well, I give to charity. Bitch, you just thought it was funny that he didn't want to give some of his jar of change to a homeless person, and then you're going to sit there and say, I give to charity? shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, that shit pisses me off even more. I yelled and cussed her ass out too, and him, and everyone else thought fucking funny. It's just, I think people really need to grow up, and, you know, and actually 1/3 of the population in the U.S. is homeless. Did you know that? That's an actual fact. Numbers, 1.3%. 1/3 of the population, not 1.3%. I don't know why I said that. 1/3 of the population is homeless in the U.S. And that's just sad. That's beyond sad. And yeah, you have people donating to charity and donating to these little rinky-dink shelters that are out here. But, you know, giving some change to someone who's obviously in need of it, you know, you never know what's going on. You never know if their family, their children are living under a bridge, and that change they're getting from you is going to their children. Yeah, in some cases it probably goes to drugs and to beer, but you know what? If you're living on a street, you have nowhere to go, no chance of getting a job, especially in this economy right now. You know, he might need a beer. You know, I'm sorry. He might need a beer, and that just might make his whole week with that one beer that he gets from the little changes you give him. But, you know, I think people need to be more compassionate and more understanding and realize that, you know, these aren't animals on the street. These are people. You're more likely to pick up a stray dog than you are a person. And it's just, I think some things need to change. That's just my personal opinion on it, and people need to start helping out. And I told the guy that had posted on Facebook, like right before I deleted his ass, you know, it's just like, well, since you're talking so much about the end of the world, you might want to start, you know, like I said, something like that. I said something, I forgot, if I looking it up. And he's like, well, I don't think there'll be a problem because I have God and my family and I don't have to worry about anything. And I'm like, well, when the time comes, there's not going to be your family. It's going to be you and God. And you know what? And I was in church one time, and I remember the preacher actually saying that God could come down in another form and, you know, test you. And I'm just like, that homeless person that you saw, that you just flagged off and said no with the whole change, all that change in your hand, and told him no, that could have been God. You know? And you want to sit there and talk all that stupid shit. You know what? Fine. But in the end, it will be God in you. And I have a feeling God might have to look at you. I don't know. I think that's just really sad. People look at things nowadays and try to fend for themselves. And I think the world would be a better place if people would actually just put forth a little bit of effort to help those in need. I'm not talking about giving all your money away. I'm not talking about, you know, going to where you can't eat to feed somebody. But just 50 cents. You know, you sit on a lot, you got that one guy who's there every day, religiously every day on the corner with the same freaking sign. You know what? Give him 50 cents. Give him 25. Give him the pennies that are in your floorboard. Because every penny counts. You know, it adds up. You know what? You never know what he's going to do that for. Like I said, he could use it for drugs, he could use it for beer, he could use it for his family. He could use it just to eat that day. You know? So don't pretend that every homeless person has the same store who does drugs. It's not that case. I really think that we just need to start looking at the bigger picture. And, you know, everyone complains about homeless people. Well, I don't see anyone really trying to help the people out there. Some people don't want help, and then some people do. And we need to stop saying, oh, well, that person didn't, so they must all not want help. No, it's not the case. But I just wanted to vent that because it was really bothering me today. So if you listen to this, thank you. Feel free to leave your comments. I'll always love to hear feedback. And have a nice evening.